Well, tonight we get to do what a lot of people don't get to do in the cold and wet season, and that is go racing.
Raining ice today.
So we welcome everybody to the Endurance Championship Series here at K1 Speed Canton. We're happy to have you guys watching on the live stream. Thanks for joining us. The cars are already on track. We were a little bit behind getting started, but we welcome you to round number 5, to the 30-minute indoor go-kart race. And tonight we are completely indoors. No more outdoor track for us tonight. It's 35 degrees here in Canton, Ohio. We're officially into winter. It's cold, it's rainy, but we're happy to have indoor track action tonight. This is James. This is Jason. I'm James. Either one you want, doesn't matter to me.
We can swap back and forth tonight.
And we're now looking at the qualifier for a full field of cars tonight. 24. We're going to have 2 full classes of 12 drivers, and we split up the qualifiers into 3 different rounds. So hope you guys are ready for some action tonight. Share the stream with a friend. Maybe they will enjoy watching this for the first time. It's kind of a unique thing that we're doing here on YouTube. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, especially if you race at other K1 locations. It's cool to see similar karts, similar track, similar facility, except the endurance race, which you don't get anywhere except here at K1 Speed Canton. So along for the ride.
Qualifying 7 short laps. We're already halfway into it. We've got Joseph Valentine on the top of the leaderboard tonight. We do have boost enabled on the cars tonight with an added 3%.
Ooh.
Which may not mean a lot to you, but I think it might be something the drivers notice. I'm not sure.
We can see it in lap times, 25.5 right now. Joseph Valentine on top, followed closely by Tyler Stevenson and then Giovanni Blackerby. So good to see. Programming note, GoPro 1 did not connect. It was waiting on the server.
We'll see if we can fix that while we're down. You're also on board with Jackson tonight. He's in the rookie
series?
Yeah, no. Well, take that back. I have to look and see. I always forget if he's in the rookies because he ran last year, but I still don't remember if he ran enough races.
Is there something duct taped to his helmet right there?
It looks like one of those airflow devices.
Oh, yeah. I think he's a dirt guy. So he's got the helmet air.
And also on board was Xander Carson. Good to have him back. Joseph Valentine setting the pace for this qualification session, as there's now 6 laps on the board already, 25.5. Those are normally without boost, you would see times in the, I don't know, say a Arrive and Drive would be a 25.6 or so.
Tyler Stevenson stealing the number 1 spot
there
with a 25.46.
The man in blue who just went to your left, that is Tyler Stevenson, the up-and-coming guy that we talked about with the GP Championship just 2 weeks ago here at K1 Speed. We wrapped up the GP Championship.
He's getting fast.
He is. He had only competed in, I think, the equivalent of 5 rounds at the end of the championship series, so he didn't finish well in the points, but he's doing well here in this series. This series is going to carry on this month, January and February, leading us into the 12 Hours of Canton.
Ooh, it's coming.
It's coming.
7 laps completed. Tyler Stevenson was able to do that on the second to last lap, so good job to him. No one was able to have an answer for it. Followed closely by Joseph Valentine and Giovanni Blackerby. So, and Garrett Hangerman, Jeremy Weaver, Jackson, Xander, and Travis rounding out your 8 qualifiers in this round. I think they're going to do a victory lap.
I think they were supposed to practice going into the pits, but the pits are closed, I think.
They are, so they're waiting for the gate.
Yeah.
Got to pull the cones.
Garrett Hagerman won the B main last round. He's actually the thumbnail for this video, so congratulations to him.
Are we going to do that? That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess if you win, you should be a thumbnail, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, why not?
I love that idea.
I think they're just waiting for a track worker to open up the pits.
Ah. Those dang cones.
Maybe.
I heard someone yell Owen.
I don't know if that one's Owen's fault, but...
Yeah, we are live in the chat again tonight, and we've got Rachel Hart actually up here with us doing instant replay and chat mods. So say hi to us in the chat. We'll get back to you momentarily.
Or we'll put your comments on screen. We'd like to do that.
We love to do that. Now, if Marshall's mom or David's mom is in the chat, because I don't think, is David here tonight?
No, he's not.
So, but if David's mom is watching, pick your favorite driver, because every time she's in the chat, it seems like that person jumps to number 1. So
yeah. So David's mom, you have to watch regardless of whether David is in the race or not. That's Giovanni Blackerby getting out of his car, the 14 machine. He qualified the 3rd spot. Well, we've mentioned before, he's the current reigning Junior GP Challenge champion for 2024. Moving up to the Endurance League this time around. We'll have 3 rounds of qualifications. So this one was the first one. Guys, hang out with us for the cars that are going out on track now. We wanted to give them as much track space as possible. So that's why we're splitting them into 8 drivers. I see an orange jacket of Armand Deligny there in the 32 going out on screen.
Thank you, Chelsea Davis in the chat with a donation of $19.99. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think she was looking for a GoPro on Mark. So
I think we can do that.
If you guys are looking for round 3, I think Mark is yet to go out. So note to track, if you get a camera on Mark, that'd be great.
Sorry, I had to interrupt with that, but you were saying we're doing 3 qualifiers tonight just to break it down to 8 drivers each, right?
Yeah, so give them most track space as possible.
I voted for 12 and 12 because that would be crazy inside.
Yeah, we know.
But with the boost button, everybody's spread out. Everybody likes to get a good qualifying time because there's only 1 qualifier in this.
I was doing it for Katie.
For Katie? But 2 finals tonight, 12 drivers each, so that's going to be a really close race. I already see Marshall Miller up there with a 25.9, so it's going to be a close race, and especially the split between the A main and B main, usually, historically in these races, is very close. You're looking for a 25 or better to get into the A main for sure.
Yeah, we hope that's kind of upset a little bit because of the added boost tonight.
Yeah.
So I mentioned 3%. We're just going to have the overhead camera with you, Drew, here, so all the onboards are sitting in the pits. I mentioned the 3%, and some may go, that's not a big deal. And maybe it's not as far as the big scheme of things on the speed of the cars. The problem has been, how do we get 3%? Because we've been running the boost button with 100% before, and so the challenge is basically I have to adjust the batteries on the normal setting to be a higher setting than what they normally are, so that when we work off these percentages for boost, we actually end up 3% higher than we used to. I don't know if that makes sense, but it really took 3 weeks to get that all sorted out. So all the time between last endurance race and this endurance race, that's basically what we've been working on here, just to try to give everybody a little bit more boost out of the boost.
I love it. Boost out of the boost. Armand Deligny, good to see him back at it. 25.531.
I think Armand is in it for the championship now.
Is he?
I think we got him hooked.
Okay.
He signed up early, and I was really encouraged by that because sometimes, that's Armand in the orange shirt there, sometimes he doesn't sign up until very late, and I think he's now saying, we're ready for the 12 hours, let's go.
Ponce in the chat here. Cameraman Drew.
Yeah, we have cameraman Drew back on. Good to have you.
Adam Weaver upsetting everyone so far with a 25.41.
Dang. All right, so Armand hasn't really got going yet, but let me switch over to the qualification board so that makes a little bit more sense for us. We'll have best lap times up there. 25.5 on Armand, but we saw him kind of slow. The number 40 right there, actually the silver helmet right in front of you, Drew. He's just going into turn 5 back there. That should be Adam, I believe.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed helmets since I've known him. It's always been the white with the silver and dark visor.
Hey, consistency.
Yeah. And he does better with that. 25.39.
I noticed that Tyler, who was in the last round, has always been the blue man, and he always has the dark visor, too. That's becoming his trademark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will wind up the second qualifier of 3 for tonight. Groups of 8.
There he goes, a 25.3.
Wow.
Fastest so far of both sessions.
Last lap burner from Armand Deligny. Ooh, immediately bested by Adam Weaver at a 25.2.
So let's go ahead and follow Adam whenever he's on track.
Nobody has an answer for that. It's even Marshall.
I think he's punching that boost at the right moment, for sure.
It is all about how you use your boost and when on the indoor track.
Yep. And you have 15 for the qualifications, so 7 laps, 15, you do the math.
That's a lot of boost.
Press it a lot, yeah. We've seen drivers before just forget about the boost sometimes, and that doesn't help them with qualification.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Hi, Pons. Thanks for waving at us.
He can't be waving on track, so he waves in the chat.
Yeah, perfect. I guess you did have that on screen, so... Marshall Miller, 25.5. Gavin, very close, 25.5.1. So only 1,000th of a second separating those two guys.
Man, there's so many 25s tonight. I think you're going to have to be in the 25s to be in the A main.
It looks like it. The best time to beat last round was Tyler Stevenson at 25.464. So that slots him in right now in provisionally third, just above Marshall. And be on the lookout the next qualifier.
Who do we have coming up?
Not only Mark for our camera, which we got to get him over, but where am I missing a qualifier? Where's the other qualifier, guys?
Uh-oh. Not in there yet.
It's just my screen.
Oh. Had to hit the refresh?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got Santa on track, too.
There we go.
Who's cart number 9, James?
That's who I was looking for.
Dominic D'Angelo.
Other than Dom D'Angelo, who was the winner of the last round. That's who I was looking for.
Santa Claus is coming to town in an e-cart.
Yeah, we picked those up, and we started selling them here in the store. So that was the one that Mark Davis was talking about on the last live stream that he picked up for his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting shot. That's good.
So on board with Santa, a.k.a. Dominic D'Angelo. Who else we got on boards with?
This should be Mark. I think, we're just waiting for the named update.
GoPro on the GoPro.
Yep, that's how you know. Oh, and he's got his K1 Racer sticker on his helmet. There you go.
Yep.
There's Mark Davis. So thanks again, Chelsea, for that. We appreciate the support. After this third round of qualifying, then we'll mix everybody. We'll sort them all fastest to slowest and run the B main and then the A main. Nobody gets eliminated. Only 24 signups available. So, but I also saw some people who hadn't signed up that actually made it in tonight. So that was good to see. Apparently, we're missing some people who did sign up. So thanks for those who came on the offset that you would be able to. What is Santa doing?
Okay, we need a replay on that. Mark that. That'd be Dom D'Angelo's onboard. He just went flying into the wall. We'll pull up a replay and see what happened with that.
Blame it on the boost.
I know. Well, we heard it, and I was looking at whatever. Luckily, we were on board, so. Qualifying.
So this qualifier is going to be brought to you by Mark Davis as we watch the times. We're trying to queue up the replay. Ready?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, friendly fire. Oh, no.
He was warming up his tires a little bit too much.
Yep. I think we've all been there, though. In the qualifiers where you all get let out together, someone just accidentally dips when you dive, and I think we've all been there.
So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on Dom's times as we watch on board with the number 13 of Mark Davis. The time to beat from the last qualifier was Adam Weaver with a 25.2.
That's a really fast time.
It is. I wonder. So here's going to be the next innovation we're working on.
Okay.
We've got to get on screen how many times these guys are using the boost.
I know. We've talked about that for a minute. That's such a cool idea.
Here's the good news. It's 20% in development.
Ooh.
It's coming someday, somehow. Alex Eckelberry jumping to the top, 25.7. Yeah, our good friends at Ability Business always looking to help us out with battery telemetry and tire pressure monitoring, making these cars as technologically advanced as possible. For an indoor circuit, he is working on the real-time motor telemetry so that we can tell how many boosts we have and eventually be able to write boosts to the car, which means you guys in the live stream will be able to
donate
for
boost.
boosts.
Oh, love it.
Now, I don't know when that's going to be, but it's
That's
coming.
Awesome.
Someday.
Wes is always helping us out over there at Ability Business. Big thanks to him.
We're going to follow Alex Eckelberry overhead for just a second in the 28, because he is the top of the board for this. If I had to guess, your boost is going to be right here, coming out of the carousel, because you got to get it out of the straightaway. Where else do you think these guys should hit boost?
Coming out of turn 3.
Yeah, which is going to be right here as the white flag waves. There's turn 2, and right there, turn 3.
Yep, because you slow down so much, you want all that momentum right there.
Probably really early out of turn 3, I guess.
Yep.
Because you don't want to force the car into turn 4.
Yeah, I think it's a really fine line there. You got to walk with it, but that's where I would, just to have as much momentum coming out of the slow turn.
Don D'Angelo hitting the 25.4. This is going to be his final lap. What's he got? No, does not improve. 25.460. Very close, but not near the time. So it looks like Adam Weaver is going to be your pole setter tonight in the A main.
With an incredibly quick time. That's someone I want to talk to, see how he did that.
So as always, I'm going to sort these guys in advance, maybe, unless they're going to do it auto for me. Yeah, they are. Okay, so Adam Weaver is your pole sitter. Armand Deligny, followed by Marshall Miller, then Alex Eckelberry. Look at that. 4th place positioning for the A main, followed by Gavin Peterson in the top 5.
Then we've got Joseph Valentine, Dominic D'Angelo, Tyler Stevenson. This is going to be a really good A main.
And we'll pick up the remaining 6 drivers here in a moment. There we go.
A main and B main are going to be great. These drivers keep getting better and better and better every time we watch them.
Okay, so we mentioned the top 5. Alex Eckelberry beating out Marshall Miller tonight.
Ooh.
Wow.
Was that why Marshall threw his glove right after the qualifier?
Could be. Then Gavin Patterson, then Joey Valentine, Anthony Norowski. Hope I did that correct. He told me this week to just ignore the W.
Yep.
So, all right. Then Giovanni, Trent Tiedoff making it to the A main, followed by Dave Patterson, who is Gavin's son. So, and we're going to sort the B main here in just a minute. We'll run the B main first. And if you guys want to pick up a mic for Adam, we'd love to talk to him. If you're joining us for the very first time and you're wondering why we're live streaming go-kart races, it's because it's fun, number 1. And number 2 is because not a lot of places get to do this. So we hope you enjoy at least getting a peek at what's happening here at K1 Speed.
Canton.
Yeah.
And come try it out.
Yeah, and come try it out. It's a 30-minute final race. So we'll have 30 minutes in the B main, 30 minutes in the A main. And if you're wondering how we make that happen in electric go-karts, it's because of battery technology that we have here that's pretty exclusive. Very few places have this, and we're happy to do that. And the championship rolls this month through the month of February into the month of March, where we have the granddaddy of them all, the 12 hours. And yes, we race these cars for 12 consecutive hours.
In the booth interview. Usually it's down there on a microphone. This is great.
Yeah, I like it better up here. It's nice and cozy.
Yeah? So, Armand, out of the woodwork, back into endurance?
Yeah, took a little break there. Was out of town for a couple of weeks, so missed the last GP. But I'm back at it again, and P2 in qualifying, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Why weren't you here?
I was out of town. I was in North Carolina for the weekend, so.
Oh. Have fun? We're at North Carolina. North Carolina's kind of messed up in some parts right now.
More towards the coast.
Oh, okay.
Wilmington.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So right away, back in the top 3.
I'm happy.
Adam Weaver, did you see what he was doing on track? Where was he getting, fastest time? You were so you've taken off a couple of weeks. Getting back into it after being off, benefit or?
A little mixed, because this is the first time I'm doing the indoor course too. Also since last year, so I haven't really done the indoor. It's not quite very different, but it still gets used to that turn 5 and adjusting your line through there. But I talked to him after the quali, and he said he was just boosting 1 time, and then my time that I put down, I ended up boosting 5 times during that lap. So
really.
Just trying to play with it, just trying to find the gap and then just put a time down.
We were talking about it up here. Where is the strategy for boost? Where are you boosting at on track?
So I think it's out of the carousel. I mean, that's really going to be a big benefit, and possibly even twice down the straight. So like as soon as you exit the carousel, and then again going into pretty much start finish line, so that you can get a little bit of speed carrying out of 1. And then there's the option out of turn 3, but you have to really. It's kind of harder to control turn 4 when you're boosting out of 3.
That's what we were thinking. My guess was turn 3 was the second place I would use it. Carousel, absolutely. You want as much straight line as you can. But turn 3, it would be pretty hard sometimes, especially on cold tires, to get around turn 4 so quickly.
Yeah, and I actually did my very last lap. I boosted it out of 3, completely lost it in the 4, and
really?
slid right into the wall.
Yeah, we had a replay. Dominic D'Angelo got taken out right at the beginning of qualifier.
Oh, wow.
You know how sometimes when you're like lining up, scrubbing your tires in, and someone goes one way, you go the other way. And Yep. So
it happens.
Should be good. Awesome. All right, well, we're going to kick it back down to qualifying here in a minute. Thanks, Armand, for taking the time. Armand Deligny with me up here in the booth.
Thanks, everyone.
Let's talk about points. This is a good time to do it.
Let's go.
Enduro standings. All right, Marshall Miller, obviously leading the championship because he just does.
That's a great way to put it. Only 8 points behind, though.
Only 8 points. Joey Valentine moving up this time. If you looked at last round, he was tied with Tyler. So opened up a little bit of a gap there. And then Dom D'Angelo bumping up because of his win last round at 87 points. And then you got 10 points back there to Adam Weaver, who's going to be the pole sitter for the A main. And then PJ Armand, who we just talked to, Giovanni, Katie, and Jonathan Juglis is still hanging in there. But this is the interesting thing, and it may take me a second to get this up here. So we do have 7 rounds, but only 6 of them count towards the final.
That's right, because you can drop your lowest points race, right?
Yeah. Give me a second to pull this up because I didn't prepare it. But I'll show you what the point standings look like if everybody drops their lowest race so far. Because it's a little bit more interesting, to hypotheticalize. Mm-hmm. Is that a right word?
Hypotheticalize?
It is today.
It is.
Output. Endurance standings. All right, let's see if this works. Yeah, so this is if you drop everybody's lowest score. Marshall's still in the lead, but not by much, 4 points.
Yeah.
But then look at Joey, who was in second, is now potentially in third, dropping his lowest race. And Tyler, Armand, and Giovanni is actually above Adam. And then you got Gavin Patterson down there, the only rookie in the series who's in the 8th spot. So basically what that means is after the 4 rounds, I just took whatever their lowest lowest points scoring round is, and that's where we get this particular scoring here.
Does everybody have to drop their lowest points race?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, because we can only count 6.
So this is more realistic to what the point spread is.
It is, but we won't know until like the very end of the very last race.
Right. Wow. Well, so Marshall's still in the lead, but the point spread is so much closer between 4th and 5th, 4th and 3rd. I mean, you're a couple points away from making or breaking your position.
Makes it very interesting. Stand by for round number 5. This is the B main. Garrett Hagerman on the pole sitter. PJ Mannypenny right behind. And Mark Davis in the number 18 machine as everybody gets away.
Good, clean start.
Now, we haven't run all indoor for quite a while, so it's going to be interesting how lap traffic comes into play. So you watch everybody snake their way through turn 4 and then turn 5 back there by the garage doors, and then this is the carousel we call. Mark Davis trying to be aggressive on the start with PJ Mannypenny looking at the back of the number 16 machine. They can put as many laps on the board as they can during the 30 minutes, but white flag will fly when time expires. Oh, that looks like that was a...
Yeah, overhead for sure. There's a lot of action. Everybody bundling up 2-3 wide going through the carousels. We get a little bump back there. I think that was Cy and Ethan.
We'll get it re-queued up here in
Yeah.
just a second. I was looking at something else.
Everybody's trying to sort out the positions. 5th through 9th looks like.
Go ahead and follow those positions, Drew, so that we can see nice and tight shots of what's going on back there.
Yeah, first 3 are pretty good. Everybody else is still...
It's these back 4 right here. It would be Jackson, John, Xander, and Travis. As they'll update their times across the timing line this time. Go ahead and go nice and tight for us, Drew, so we can see what's going on in this battle back here.
Looks like kart 14 at Jackson is just... He's trying to hold everybody off.
And you got to sort out the boost button early, because when you get in a nervous defensive mode, you have a tendency to use that boost button at the wrong times, and it will send you into the barriers if the car doesn't let up on the throttle. Now the number 23 is going to sort back out to the back of the track, and that'll leave Xander moving up a spot here from 10th into 9th.
So if I can bump in GoPro 1 on PJ, he is all over Garrett. Just trying to find a way past and cannot get it, but he was right up beside him in turn 3.
PJ is someone who we normally see in the A main, obviously bumping into the B main, so he's got a lot of motivation to try to get past these guys to prove that he should have been up there in the A. Jeremy Weaver going fastest lap, 25.9.
Lots of movement all around the field. Great onboard. We can see PJ just trying to find his way through. Right on the nose, able to split out to the side. Can he hold it? Nope. Going back into the carousel. He might try to get him on the inside. Bump, and that's a good move. If he can get him across. There he goes.
Oh, there he goes. Going to give it some hop going into the turn 1 and the number 16.
Which helps Mark out, because that slowed those two down. Mark Davis again on the tail of Garrett Hangerman.
And that'll give PJ some clear track space now, leaving the number 30 behind. PJ really swinging out wide in that turn 7 back there, turn 6. He's going to put a big gap on Garrett this lap.
Yeah, he's cruising right now. That last lap, he was almost a second faster.
He might have been on the button a little sooner than everybody else. So we'll see how strategy plays out. But definitely Mark Davis holding his own back here.
So how's the rest of the field holding up right now? Because I know everybody was bunched up. The last overhead I saw, I think people started spreading out a little bit better. Usually that happens beginning of the endurance races. Everybody's jockeying for position, but then ultimately it does sort out, because the fastest people will get ahead and create a gap, so the field will gap out, as it looks like we've got our first pit stop coming in. And that'll be John Breedlove.
Here's his pit timer. Remember, Drew, your overlay's on the left, so bump over a little bit. I'm just trying to get your names updated, because 31 isn't Cy in this? Yeah, it's 35.
As he merges back out into a clustered rear end of the field. PJ Mannypenny, fastest lap of the race, 25.7.
You follow on board with Cy Linderman, who's in the 7th spot back here, the multicolored helmets. A lot of gaps in between. See how Mark is doing. And we'll jump back over ahead. Garrett hanging in there. Mark's going to have a little bit of pressure from behind from Jeremy Weaver. About a quarter kart length. Still got a lot of time on the board, though, so with only 15 boosts, you don't want to burn them all up early. Now he's going to be right on the bumper of Mark Davis. Cleaner he gets in and out of those corners, the more it's going to give him the advantage to gain back there.
Yeah, he's playing a little bit of catch-up. Looks like we got a replay of what happened in that first lap here. So a little bump out there.
Oh, that pushed Katie out wide.
Yeah, and then this turn dives in, knocks Katie sideways.
So Katie involved in that early accident. That's what bunched everybody up.
And then from there, they just had to sort themselves back out.
And now she's sitting back in there. Well, she's in the 5th position, so.
Mark Davis under a lot of pressure right now from Jeremy Weaver. He's playing defense.
And it looks like Jeremy's taking his time.
Yeah.
He's waiting for the mistake, waiting for the gap. He's not necessarily pushing his bumper in.
With Katie Wise right behind you, though, I think you might have to make a move pretty soon. There he goes, right on the inside.
He's going to go deep dive. No contact, but Mark's going to have the advantage into 2. That's really going to put Katie in the back of the bumper of the 33. Now what's that going to push Jeremy? He's going to go on the outside of turn 4, but that's going to be a really bad advantage for him. Katie's going to be right there in the back of him. Oh, he turns that corner nice and tight. That was a good defensive move to keep this position. And they sort back out.
They're going to look for a move right down here. Mark goes way defensive.
Yeah, last time he was a lot wider than that.
Yeah.
Didn't give Jeremy a chance to respond, but Katie now right on the tail. And always in the outside of turn 4, not a good spot.
Katie's going to try to bump Jeremy right by in some spot.
Jeremy kind of looking on the inside of that corner, but not enough space to make it happen. You can feel the pressure that Mark is under now in that number 18 machine.
Diving early in turn 1 just to play defense as Jeremy throws his hands up, but there's really no way you can avoid that into that turn.
Nope. And he's going to pit. He's going to get out of that mess.
Yeah, good call. They were coming up to lap traffic there, too. Let Katie deal with Jeremy.
That'll help probably both of them now. And we'll keep an eye on Mark's pit stop as he enters here.
PJ Mannypenny, another fastest lap of the race. He's just out there turning laps right now, 25.4.
That is not the right pit timer, so hopefully they're running number 2. Oh, they're running number 1 because the 19 was in there for Travis. Let's check on board with Cy Linderman, who's now got a shot of this.
Katie Wise jumping beside. Runs him out. Oh, man. We've all been in that position with Katie Wise. Oh, man. Hell, she wanted that position more than he did.
We'll follow that battle overhead.
Oh, man. Is she able to create a little gap? She is. Yep. Jumped on board just as that happened.
Jeremy just calm, cool, and collective back there. No sign of
retaliation or anything.
Yeah, he's just sitting back here waiting, just chilling. We'll watch to see if we can pick up where Mark comes out of the pits. Okay, right, so he's in turn 2. So he's half a lap behind, probably 1.5 laps behind the field there. But PJ Mannypenny just cruising out there, 3.3 seconds in front of the field.
Yeah, where is he right now? Does he have a good gap on everyone? So he's into the carousel. There he is. He's got pretty good gap in front of him. I'd say decent gap behind him. He's not worried about that if he's turning fastest laps. Just out there cruising.
I've got to get these names changed because they're just not right. Hang on a second.
No problem. It's the time in the race. We got 19 minutes and 27 seconds left. The bull needs some taming, Chelsea Davis says. 19 minutes left to go in the race. Lots of racing left. Lots of action here from K1 Speed Canton. Running the indoor track, 12 apiece. Well, 11 in this one. 12 in the next one. Lots of on-track action, but this is the time of the race where everybody spreads out pretty good and just kind of cruises as we get a little bit from PJ Mannypenny coming up on lap traffic that's Mark Davis there, so Mark should let him by. Yep, he does. PJ looking nice and clean there. Scott Hangerman in the chat. Let's go, G-Man. Currently marked in second, but as we know, as you guys in the chat know, these races all come down to the pit stops and where you're at on the field. So that will probably change.
And how you use the boost.
That's it.
Well, let's go back with Katie Wise. Get her name out of there.
Katie looking at the back of the number 6 kart, Jackson, who is technically lap traffic to her. She shouldn't have any problem getting around. I still see Jeremy back there in the shot, just cruising behind Katie. Like James said, just waiting. It was a heck of a shunt into the wall, so... Well, not even. I mean, that's kind of... If you're on the outside into that turn, you got to merge anyways.
What was that last chat? Hopefully PJ stays out as long as possible.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the thing that we've seen in these endurance races is when you're out there running fastest laps and you can put a gap on the field like Marshall does very typically in some of these races, if you create enough of a gap while you're on track to eat up the amount of time you're in the pits, you've got a pretty good chance of staying in that position. A lot of strategy comes into play of when you want to pit, and PJ right now on screen working his way through some lap traffic, so he's just working to make that gap as big as he can.
Kind of uncharted territory for PJ to be out in the front of the B main. I mean, he's usually in the mid-mix of either one. I mean, he's made it into A main before, obviously, but to be out in front as the number 19 is going to let everybody by. Travis.
Do we know what the split was for qualifying times? Was that in the 25s? Because like you said, uncharacteristic of PJ, usually he's running pretty quick. I wonder what the cut was.
Yeah, we can find his qualification time here. PJ qualified at the 25.949.
Wow.
So he was underneath the 26.
A little action going there. Kart number 19, Travis, and that's...
Yep, Travis is our newcomer tonight.
Travis and John battling it out on track.
Oh, he was going to look at the inside, but he knew better. That was good.
He knew better.
This is good learning time, good seat time.
It is.
Let's check up for back on with Katie Wise, the number 10.
Still hasn't made her way around Jackson yet.
No, which is giving Garrett an opportunity to really check out from the field. Look at that gap from second to third.
Yeah.
5 seconds or so.
And it's odd. Katie has been behind Jackson for multiple laps now. I thought she would have gotten around him a little bit quicker.
There's now got Jeremy Weaver in the bottom of your shot there. He's in. He's going to be in the 28 now. We'll follow him as he sorts out through the field and auto reaccelerates.
Tight merge there back into turn one.
That was close. Where did that put him? Did that put him in front of Garrett? Is that the number 30 right there? Yeah, it is. You've got to go back on that one to see how that exit looked. Garrett definitely had the right of way.
Yeah, that was really close. That's what I always tell everyone is use the blend line, meaning ride that wall until the apex of turn one and then make your turn in. That was pretty close. I think we've got it queued up on replay here now.
All right, go for it. And here comes Garrett right there.
Oh, that was tight.
Yeah.
That was tight, but it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. He was good on the racing line, I think.
Yeah.
So now the G-Man's got somebody in front of him, even though he has not pitted yet. So what are we looking at? Our top 6 have not pitted. Everybody from Mark Davis on down has pitted.
Mark's out in the middle of no man's land, just running laps now. I don't think he has too much pressure behind him, does he?
Not on the field, no.
Good track time for Mark out there, run some laps.
Yeah, he's got room in front and behind. Everybody gets a renewed set of boosts when they swap cars. So you get 15 per.
That is a long race for 15 boosts. You've really got to be strategic on when you use them.
We've already passed the halfway point, so a little bit more than half the field not pitting yet. So back to the 27, Xander Carson. He's your last one on the pit stop, from the non-pit stop strategy so far.
I'd be curious when PJ, Garrett, and Katie are going to pit.
Why do you think they'll pit together?
I think they're gonna run as long as they can and pit really late.
Typically, Katie would have pitted by now.
Yeah.
Maybe she's learned that when she swaps cars, they don't get better.
They stay the same. Still behind Jackson there.
Yep.
The cart number 6 just ahead of her. Can't figure her way around. Gets really close in this turn every single time. Bumps him in the same spot every time. And then Jackson works his way back ahead of her.
Jackson's a fighter, man.
Yeah. she's either having fun or getting frustrated at this point. Oh, it bumps him a little bit into turn 1.
And
nothing on the outside of that turn ever, because it sets you up poorly for the next turn. But let's see. Is it going to be a carbon copy of the last one? Bumps him into this turn.
Let's see.
Yep. Bumps.
Jackson just overslowing just a little bit back there.
Yep.
But then he gets a decent exit out of the carousel.
He does. Katie wagging her finger at him. One of these times, she'll catch you. As we've got a pit stop here.
Yeah, we'll stay with that battle, Drew. That's the most interesting thing.
This is the lull point of the race.
And we'll see when Garrett comes across the line what the current gap is. Yep, 5.3 seconds between first and second. PJ's just checked out from the field. I think he's sitting behind Katie, right? I just saw his blue helmet.
I think so.
No, I'm sorry. That was Jeremy Weaver.
This has been happening for probably 15 minutes of the race. This is almost exact.
Right here. Yep. He's having a hard time with the hop back there, so that's what's slowing him down. Mm-hmm. Needs to take it a little bit wider and smoother in order to not let Katie catch him.
That was obviously a boost turn and ends up sliding ahead of him. So.
And Katie's going to take that position. He had an opportunity to hit her back bumper right there, but he restrained himself. That was good.
And you could tell she was on the boost.
And now she's going to pit.
She's going to pit.
Oh, we love it, Katie.
You know, in her head, she was just waiting to get by him.
That's all she cared about. Check up on Mark Davis, who is our sponsored GoPro camera tonight. On a way wide, he's going to have somebody on the outside of him. What's he? That was Jeremy Weaver squeezing his way in there.
Yeah, looking on. So he's got pressure. Ponce says, one of these laps I'll get you. I won't do anything different, but I'll get you. Mark Davis bumps him a little wide, gives it right back to him. So this is the battle here for the current 6th place. Jeremy Weaver and Mark Davis. Mark playing defense. Jeremy was able to get ahead of Mark there momentarily, but then Mark got him back. Oh!
And that's Cy he's now battling with. Cy being back there. Well, he's scored 3rd, but he hasn't pitted yet, so we're looking at that gap of our top 4. Katie just pitted, so we're looking at top 3 right now, have not pitted yet.
And that was Katie that came flying out there right behind him. She's directly behind now.
That put her right back into traffic when she exited.
Yeah. Oh, as they go sliding into turn 1, Katie has got a handful with cart 30 of Garrett Hangerman right now.
Curious about his mindset with the pit stop strategy.
Ooh, is Mark going wide?
He could just be waiting for PJ.
Yeah.
I think if I was in second, I might wait for PJ. There's Mark. He's going to take the inside of turn 2, up inside side. See if Jeremy can help along the way. Nope, just going to pinch Cy in turn 4. Oh, Mark really going sideways, sliding. I would bet that was a boost.
Oh, there we go.
That was going to put Jeremy through.
Jeremy was able to slide through on that, capitalize on that mistake. This is a cluster right here. This is going to be the most action.
Who's coming in the pits? Somebody just picked up right there. There's PJ. There's your leader. All right, so we'll see how his pit stop goes. We'll follow him because we want to make sure that everything goes clean. This is the leader of your race. Garrett Hagerman is going to assume the lead for momentarily. Only these top three have not completed their pit stops yet. It is the driver's choice when they start, when they stop. And launch. Good clean stop from him.
And he comes out well ahead of the pack.
And let's see what the gap is between him and... Is that Garrett right behind him? Yeah. Nope.
No,
That's Jackson,
he's pretty far ahead of that pack that he was trying to hold off.
So now we're just waiting for 2 last pit stops. We'll see if that pit strategy holds out for Garrett. Was he waiting for PJ, or was he just trying to run as deep into the race as he could? You're following along with PJ Manipenny right now. The blue helmet is your leader. The guy right behind him is the number 6, Jackson Christak. Track getting lots of temperature in it by now. The cold winter days definitely affect lap times and handling of the cars. No more outdoors this season unless we have a miraculous Indian winter in the month of January, which I don't think we've ever had.
No.
So we're finishing this series indoors. I think the next time we run this, it will be reverse indoors, and then the very last round, we're going to open up the shortcut in the back. So that's right there where PJ is. So he's coming around the carousel right there. That door to the left, that's the shortcut. So the very last round, the grand finale, that will be the reverse track flying across the back of the garage doors.
It is fast.
Yeah, especially with boost. And the intention is to just keep boost throughout the entire season here. We're proving proof of concept in order to test batteries and consumption of battery power during these 30-minute races. You're looking at Cy Linderman and also right behind Katie Wise. Cy Linderman, one of the 2 drivers not to stop yet. There we go. All right. So he'll peel off, and that'll just leave Garrett. He's leading the field right now, but 28-second delta.
Yeah.
All right, Armand, where's our delta time?
I don't... Wait, I have to pit. Yeah, that's happened before. I think PJ's comfortably in the lead with that, but...
Yeah, I think the pit delta is less than 28.
Yeah, the rest of the field, though, wherever... Well, let's see where Cy slots in at.
Trying to grab that seatbelt there. He's got lots of time, though.
Yeah.
PJ just going purple, 25.3 at this stage of the race.
He's been the fastest throughout.
Yeah, that would actually beat Adam's qualifying time at this point. He was a 25.4. Was he?
No, 25.2.
Oh, sorry.
And it does make a difference. As these karts run 30 minutes apiece on this track, it does warm up the racing line enough that you can turn faster and faster laps throughout the race.
Yeah, sorry, Adam. 25.265. For some reason, I was 25.4. All right, we're looking for the G-Man, the number 30 machine.
Pitting.
There we go. This will sort out the field for the final pit stop.
And I just saw PJ cross the line, so where is he going to come out?
We'll actually be on board for the second half of Garrett's race. This was the winner of your B main last round. And we'll see just in case there's anything he's got for PJ. Nope, PJ's already through turn 1, so that's going to push him out back onto the track right now. As he merges there with... oh, that's not going to be for position. The number 19 of Travis.
Gives him a nice little bump out of turn 3, though. Get those tires warmed up.
So it looks like a decent margin on both sides of that position, too. Looked like Travis wanted to drive to the inside of him.
I saw that.
Oh, no, I'm not supposed to do that. All right.
So Garrett comfortably in second place. Mark Davis, 15 seconds back to third. Mark out there by himself right now in a lonely third place, looks like. About a second back to Jeremy Weaver. And then several seconds back to Katie Wise in fifth place. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here for the B main round 5 of the Endurance League here at K1 Speed Canton. And top 5 look pretty good. I'd say the closest battles on track mathematically from the gap here is going to be 7th and 8th place.
I was just checking out Mark's finishing positions for the last couple rounds. So the first round he finished 13th. Best so far. And then second round he finished 18th, and then 14th, and then 19th. So he could be... that would be 14th on the night. So it would be his second best finish if he can hold this position for the year. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering how he got that number, it's because there's going to be 12 people in the A main. So PJ would be position 13. So as you follow Mark Davis overhead, minute 30 to go before we get to the A's.
White flag will fly when PJ crosses the line, hypothetically, unless he blows an 8-second lead.
White flag at the expiration of time.
Expiration of time.
Yeah. Good encouragement for Mark tonight.
Yeah, Mark's got a lot of fans in the chat tonight. So's Garrett in second place. Where's PJ's chat? Come on.
It's Katie.
Well, Katie's on track.
She's on track.
She cannot text and drive. We've already seen what happens when she's not.
Well, we think she has texted and drove before, but...
Lapper getting out of the way there for the guys flying by.
Which we hope he's just appreciating having the good track time. So
yeah.
We certainly don't mind that people come out and race this race if they don't have an experience. That's absolutely fine.
I've always said it. These races are the best to learn. You get a huge amount of track time with a lot of very competitive people.
Yeah. Absolutely. And if you don't come and race a race like this, you don't necessarily get better. It's hard to do this on just an arrive and drive timed race basis. Yeah, you can perfect your lap times, but your overall racecraft doesn't develop over time. Learning how to pass people, how to react to other people, how to deal with pit stop strategies, all these things that you have to go through when you actually race a race.
Look at this. He's catching white flag as it flies. I don't know. That was pretty close.
No, he did not throw white flag.
Oh.
No, that was not display.
One more lap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you want to replay that for us?
That was close.
We're just going to double check it. I mean, we're going to go by the official track marshal of Owen, but...
As PJ now takes the white flag.
There he goes. There's the white flag. I think Rachel's got the replay for us right here. Almost. Ready? Okay, there we go. Oh, is that I don't think that's the right lap.
That was the last lap. It was the lap before that, I think.
That's okay. We'll go by the official track marshal. We'll replay it later. PJ Mannypenny, as he rounds the carousel for the last time. 68 laps on the board for the B main tonight, and he will win the B main in round number 5.
Woo!
The G-man, Garrett Hagerman, also crossing the finish line. There he is, the number 24, putting 68 laps on the board. And then Mark Davis right there as he finishes 14 seconds behind. Jeremy Weaver, very close, 14.6 seconds. Everybody else finishing out 68 laps on the race. So if you enjoyed that, wait for the A main. All right, now you got it ready? All right. Well, I'm not going to have a clock, am I?
Yeah, no. We're not going to be able to compare it. That's all right. We'll go off of it's Owen on the flag, so
That's okay. Go ahead and back it up 1 second, and then I just want to show, just because the replay is cool. Ready? All right, here we go. PJ.
Nope.
Right.
Owen just watching it.
Yep.
So congratulations to the top 3, PJ, Garrett, and Mark Davis. Aw, congratulations, hug for PJ.
Yep.
And he wore his blue helmet, so that's his other helmet right there.
Yeah, that's the one he runs for GP.
Yeah. Why did he? Because
I think
that's
that's
a lucky helmet.
Well, I think that's the one that doesn't have comms in it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because he uses the other one for all the endurance races. So
great job. So
PJ Manipenny at the young age of 40.
Yep.
That's okay. We were giving him a hard time about that the other day.
Yeah.
Katie, his daughter, said, "You turned 40 how many times?" Yeah. So still out here racing. We'd love to see it. See if he wants to interview. I don't know if he likes being on camera. You guys did a whole interview with him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Oh, Katie is back there.
Usually Katie's ready to go. Like
A rough day at the office, huh?
Yeah.
She'll blame it on the cart. That's okay. I pick on her so much now. She's not gonna like me anymore.
No, it's all in good fun.
She's a good sport.
She told me the other day she misses us out on track.
She misses you out on track for sure.
All of us.
Your arch nemesis.
I know. I never get to race with her anymore.
And Santa's going to be on track here momentarily.
So
Hey, Owen, see if does PJ want to interview since he won the B main? He's right in front of you.
Microphone.
To your right. To your right. There. Over there by the table.
Find the microphone. There you go. So how long do the carts have to charge in between the rounds?
Technically, they don't need to.
Yeah. Just like to send them out with absolute full charge just in case.
All right, we'll see if we can pick up.
Won the B main.
There we go. That doesn't mean a whole lot.
Oh, that's okay.
Got it.
We still enjoyed watching it. What'd you think? How was your race?
That was probably one of the better ones I've
Yeah.
had in a while.
Yeah, that's cool. It was a good pass for the lead. You setting up Garrett there for a while. How did it work out with the boost?
Well, that's exactly what I did there. When it caught him on the coming out of the carousel there, he went a little wide, and that's when I hit the boost, and I was able to come down the front straight here and keep him on the inside and just more or less kind of outbrake him going into the hairpin. And once you get in front of him, then it was his job to try to get past me.
Yeah, exactly. Who's your fan right there?
Oh, that's the future right there.
That's the future. Yeah. Do you like racing with the boost? Is it a good for strategic?
You know, it could. It's tough trying to find where to use it because it could hurt you.
Yeah.
I found it best to use it if you're close to the carousel. As soon as you get to the apex of the carousel and hit it there, you can carry it down here, but you still got to brake hard coming into the first turn. So
Yeah.
I said it could hurt you.
Yeah, I learned recently that there is a potential override in the computer for that, but I think the challenge is good. Like if you're going to hit the boost button, you gotta be strategic with it.
Sure. Yeah, without a doubt. And that's where I found best to use it. I said it helped me get past him, and then I think that's where I was trying to stretch the lead as far as I could.
Well, nice job. Congratulations on the B main tonight. I know you've been at different points in the A mains and B mains and everything, but it's cool to win one, once in a while. So.
Yeah, it feels good.
Well, have a good evening. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
PJ. I mean, he was burning fastest laps. Like every couple of laps, he would turn purple.
Yeah, let's see. He did end up with fastest. 25.390 was the fastest lap of the race. So
Lots of 25s all the way down the board. Good race for everybody.
you'll have that Santa Claus, John D'Angelo, and Marshall Miller next to him in the next race. Marshall Miller is going to have an uphill battle tonight, starting in sixth position. He's starting in the middle of the field. We talked to Armand earlier in the orange, and then Adam Weaver off to your left there. He's your pole sitter tonight. Alex Eckelberry, though, I think he's the man of the qualifier this round, starting in fifth. So good qualification for him. And, Adam mentioned earlier that he came to practice. And if you look at the top guys, especially in this next A main, I can tell you that we have seen every single one of them here for practice. I was looking down the list. Yeah, they have all been here to practice recently. So
It makes a difference.
it makes a difference.
Definitely makes a difference. The more familiar you are with the karts, the track conditions, especially if you're getting good driving when it's cold, once the track warms up, you will be golden. What do you think they're doing down there? Talking strategy?
Making fun of Marshall.
Monza, Italy. Good track.
Yep. Yeah, complaining about the cards that they picked because it makes a big difference to complain. Yeah.
Right? They're all so close nowadays, though.
Rachel and I are going to fight up here. Hey, you give the public 36 cars and let them drive all week and then see
Right.
what happens.
Here, let's let the public run everything and then take this endurance super serious league and turn it around and let everyone drive them.
We have all kinds of sponsorship opportunities here, but especially the person who wants to buy a whole set of carts just for endurance races.
Yep. We'll use them
And
just for
batteries.
leagues.
And batteries.
Batteries, yeah.
And then you can have everything you want.
All
on
of them.
Everything you want.
We're just messing with you, James.
I know.
We love it.
I think if I could brag on our people for a second. I mean, not only from the battery standpoint, but go find a center who is willing to put all their cars out into a race. You won't usually find that. You will usually find them limiting one row that is like the GP row.
Yep.
Or this row is dedicated for racers or whatever.
Yeah, it's really tough to see all the carts on field at once. I mean,
we throw them all out there.
yeah. Yeah.
And then we live stream it to show you
I was
all.
about to say that. Okay, so running all the carts is one thing. Put it out to the world publicly and
So
say,
that-
watch this in real time.
Yeah, because that way, and you can see every failure that we have.
Or success. Or success. We
yeah,
do
yeah,
some things
yeah,
okay.
No, you're right. You're right. I was being too pessimistic, just because I hear from the drivers all the time. So, we're pretty proud of that. So
Yeah. It goes good.
hopefully you appreciate that watching, and that's why it's streaming for you guys.
Yeah, and it builds into the biggest race we do every year, the 12 Hours of Canton, coming up in March 2025. Coming right around the corner, so keep an eye out for that because it's going to be a great race this year, as it is every year. But speaking of things that people don't put live or entire fleet of carts and new batteries and live telemetry is all kinds of stuff. So it looks like everybody from the A main starting to get seated, get ready to go. Santa's driving tonight. What's up, Slush?
Wait, oh, Santa, yeah, Dom D'Angelo.
Yeah.
I thought I missed something on screen. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Pardon us for a second while we look up and change some things.
Yeah.
This is where you watch the charts of the viewers are like,
I know.
like, oh, we get bored.
I accidentally
Hang with us.
reset the chat, though, so jump in the chat and send me something so that way I can see if it works. So everybody jump in the chat and spam me right now just so I hit the restart button by accident.
Oh.
So we should be good. Just waiting on... Almost. I don't know. Somebody jump in the chat and say hi. There's Adam Weaver on pole tonight. Owen looks confused. There we go. Trying to do this with your race team, Slush. Heck yeah. All right. Come on out. We'd love to see you guys. Slush, race team. What do you race? What kind of team you got? Ooh, I got one. There we go. That's better. I hate it. I'd cut them off if I remembered to. Slush, what do you do? What do you race? What kind of team you got? Santa Dom needs to be on his A game. You took my mouse away. Click. Nope, other one. Next one. Yeah. Oh, it's not there because we don't have the overlays on this one. But someone said Santa Dom needs to be on his A game, and why? Who are you guys rooting for? Who's going to win this one? Adam Weaver out on pole, followed closely by Armand Deligny. So Armand's a good guy. Slush here in South Carolina. Bring it up. Get in the 12 hours. 12 hours of Canton. Or competitionkarting.net. Sign your team up for the 12 hours. There are spots. There are reserve spots, but you can sign up as a reserve team if we open up more spots. If we open up more spots, you can get in. No, I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at chat.
Oh.
I'm looking at Slush saying sign up, because the more we have demand for, the more we put into this stuff to get bigger and bigger and bigger races every year. So sign up.
I thought you were pointing at me because...
No. We already know that. No one needs to know that. I'm not putting you on the hook for that.
I didn't want to overcommit to the number of cars until we figure out where the battery's going to be in January.
Totally understandable. So, yeah. If you guys had to see what goes on behind the scenes for this stuff, like with 2 years now, we've run 7 teams. And
we ran 8 last year.
8. 7 and then 8. So we've added a team every year, right?
Yep.
And the first year was on the original batteries.
I'll go on record now. It's looking pretty good. We're 8 is very, very strong, 99%. 9 is looking pretty good too.
So sign up. We still have spots available on the reserve list. So competitionkarting.net. Check us out. 12 hours of Canton. Or I'm sorry, Competition Karts on Instagram. That is where you have all of our social media updates. Try to get in the endurance race, run y'all K1 Speed location in South Carolina. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm totally down, but
need a major overhaul.
Need a little bit of an overhaul. Batteries and carts are a little different, unfortunately, but it would be something we would love to see take off, because this type of racing is awesome. Awesome. Arrive and drive endurance racing is just a lot of fun.
I was looking at K1 circuits. For those of you who are just joining, the A-Man's getting started here momentarily. I was just looking at K1 Circuit's most recent information about their championship that's going to start next year.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to run 6-month rounds.
They are. Only in California.
Yep.
And with their carts, there's a couple of programs. Actually, I just talked to one of the guys out there the other day. That was on the mental sticky note list of things. But yeah, it sounds like they're really excited about that, about getting their series going. They're not going to do it at any other locations yet, but yeah, it's a cool start.
So that's e-kart championship.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because you check out the website, but there's another championship that's going to run. It's a once-a-month thing that goes just at K1 Circuit. Yeah.
Oh,
it's like the point system is very similar and stuff.
So it's a GP at K1 Circuit. So anybody watching in California.
Yeah. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing that up is because of the commitment to, continuing to develop indoor karting to be something that is a pathway for racing.
Yep.
I think that's important.
I've hoped for that stuff all along since the first time I walked in here. I think it's so cool to be able to develop talent. We've had multiple drivers come in here, try this out, and carry it on into different racing careers or hobbies, and it's a way to be involved in racing at a more economical level so that it's not as huge as a financial hit to get into this type of racing. And you never know what you're going to find out of it, who you're going to meet. It is Arrive and Drive. Come try it out.
All right, as we clear our faces off the screen, you can watch the guys who are going to start the A main here momentarily. Adam Weaver's going to be your pole sitter tonight.
Scrubbing the tires and get some heat from the last race that went through. Adam Weaver leaving the pits last. There he is.
Did Adam just say it has blood on it?
I heard Owen say something. I don't know what that was.
I hope there's no blood on the track.
Not usually. I can't think of
the wrong type of red flag.
Yeah. I can't think of a time there has actually been blood on the track from something. That sounds like a book, Blood on the Track.
All right, is Trenton 24? He is. Okay.
Adam's snaking his way around through Santa and Armand to get to first place.
So,
There's a jump start.
Isn't that ironic? So we had PJ with the overlay that said Tyler Davison. Now we got on board with Tyler, and we've got PJ. Tyler Stevenson. What car is he in?
Five.
Sorry, I'll get rid of that audio in just a second.
No problem.
There we go.
All right. And we're on board with Tyler Stevenson in the cart number 5.
Yay!
Squiggly in the chat. Go Gio. Go Tyler. Go Marshall. Top 3.
Yeah, Squiggly was your was Mark on track here in a second.
Yep.
I need them to finish in the top 3.
I wonder if he's taking Ponce's bets.
Oh.
Bets on Cookies. That was such a weird race. Oh, my God. Go back in the YouTube and watch Bets on Cookies.
Back when the Felbers were racing. You're on board also with Joey Valentine, and then back here further in the field with Trent Titoff.
All right.
Trent's one of those guys who jumped into the race at the last minute here by some people who were vacating some spots, and then pole sitter.
Woo!
Hey, track guys, can we turn around Adam's camera just in case when you guys get up there?
You think he's going to run away with it?
Well, I don't know. It's just, at least for the first lap, it's more fun to watch the backwards camera.
Yeah. More chat donations. We'll have cameras that rotate so we can choose the angle while they're watching. We actually, so believe it or not, we did try something like that. And it's a really cool concept, but just not there yet.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Thank you. I suppose you could probably make a lot happen with some money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right, though. It's fun. And we're glad you guys watch along. Jump in the chat. We have live chat tonight, live replay.
We tried something on the YouTube channel this week, or last week, and that was that we took the GP, and then I just cut the final race and then just posted it by itself to see how it would do. I appreciate you guys watching that. If you guys like that, let us know in the chat right now so that Rachel can give us some feedback.
Welcome to K1 Fight Club A-Main. Ponce is in the bets saying it's going to be an all-out race. I think it's going to be a great race. We've got some great talent in the A-Main.
Especially with Adam sitting on the pole. This is his highest start in the Endurance Championship so far. What are you laughing at, Drew?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Well, no, as soon as you said, Adam, this is your highest start in the Endurance Championship, Owen repeated that to Adam. And Adam was like, oh, okay.
Encouragement.
And they're off. The A-Main, 30 minutes on the round 5. Adam, Dominic, and Santa in the top 3 tonight.
All good starts. Marshall, a little bit slow, a little gap there.
That's particularly the battle we're going to watch right now because those look like the 2 closest cars right now. That's Armand and Dom D'Angelo in the 34. Adam getting a good start on the field. Look at the multiple car lengths there. But based on the qualifying time, he has a good handle on the boost.
Dominic already all over the bumper of Armand.
I think we saw that kind of battle a couple rounds ago. And then you got the blue man back there. And then 13, Marshall Miller. He's your current point standings leader. He's also the winner of your GP Challenge of the year 2024. And he's back there starting in 5th. So be on the lookout for him to make a potential move up through the field.
Everybody pretty tidy so far. Just a big snake of karts.
I'm looking for the spots 9, 10, and 11 back there. The 21, the 10, I'm sorry, the 21, the 4, and the 24. You got Gavin leading that pack right there, and then you've got Anthony, who's new to the series, brand new to the circuit, bumping his way into the A main, qualifying well.
Ooh, good move.
And then some heat on the back of Joey from Gavin. But Anthony is a name you're going to be seeing a lot because, according to Rumor Mill, he has signed to a 12 Hours team.
Ooh.
Looks like he's going to be on Downhill Burritos with Giovanni Blackerby. And basically making his teammate, right behind him. So Joey's going to look down the inside of Anthony, and that's going to really cluster the field to going into turn 1.
Two wide, 3 wide.
Everybody handling it very cleanly, though. We have not seen that kind of response from 2 and 3 wide before. Look at the gentlemanly driving going into 4. That was amazing.
Everybody's just, we spoke too soon.
Yeah.
That's all right, though. Out of 2, 3 wide like that, that's the least of what I thought was going to happen.
That was Dave back there who got stalled, and he's got Trent now in the back of the field.
So they'll sort themselves out. What's happening ahead of them?
There was a position right there in turn 2. They're going to go into 4. That's Alex Eckelberry in the blue shirt. He's got Gavin hunting him down in the back with that blue helmet. That's Jason's favorite helmet because he has that helmet.
Yeah, I do.
And now Anthony hard on the brakes in the number 2 and the 21.
He thought there was going to be something there, but he locked him up trying to stop.
That's his teammate behind him for the 12 Hours, Giovanni Blackerby.
It looks like the field, besides this group, is already kind of spread out a bit. Dominic running fastest lap, 25.5, bested by Tyler Stevenson on the lap of 25.4.
Top 3 are in their own group, and then you've got a little bit of a space back there. You got Marshall, who's got by Tyler Stevenson now. But Tyler Stevenson is setting fastest lap.
As we pan overhead, nice wide shot.
So Marshall up 2 positions from his start.
There's a pretty good gap. Marshall hasn't really made up any ground on Dominic and Armand, who are running neck and neck there. And Adam Weaver, 25.4, fastest lap of the race out front.
He's right there in the white helmet. Several car lengths gap back to Armand Deligny, who's got Santa D'Angelo. Santa D'Angelo. I almost pulled it off.
Yep. That gap really hasn't changed too much, though. They've been kind of neck and neck since the start. No really big movements from the group at all yet.
I like the strategy from Adam because it does look like he potentially boosted to get himself away from traffic. That is smart to take it in the first few laps here.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have done the 25.4 without it, but that's very difficult to do, so we're going to assume that was a boost lap.
He'll say he didn't.
Yeah, I don't believe him yet on the one boost, but Gavin's still on the back of Alex Eckelberry.
Just trying to find a way by somewhere, and Alex is not letting him have it.
I'm so glad we have the Pattersons here tonight. Didn't look like they had made the sign-ups, but looks like they're in the race tonight, so that's great. And especially with Dave making it into the A-main. Giovanni now past Anthony Norowski.
Fellow Polak.
I'm so nervous when I say his name now.
Just forget the W.
Okay.
Just like my name.
Yeah, but is it Norowski or Norowski?
Norowski.
Norowski. Okay. So kind of a Polish flair to it?
It is very much a Polish flair.
All right. Jason would know. Tyler Stevenson, who loves to set fastest lap during the Endurance Challenge, 25.385.
That's a good lap. I'm expecting some of these drivers in their second karts will probably just try to get fastest lap at some point.
It is worth an extra bonus point.
We've seen that strategy before.
You got 2 really young drivers here who are back behind Alex. Both Gavin there, and then Giovanni, who just passed the checkered start-finish line. Marshall Miller now 25.294.
Yeah.
I think he figured out where the boost button is.
Yep.
How much you want to bet by the end of the race we'll find out that Marshall forgot to use boost during the qualification?
He's done that before.
Even though we've used it for like 3 rounds now. And that's the train right now. Your position 7 through 9.
Yeah, everybody else pretty well spaced out. Just a little group of them there. But as we see overhead, 1, 2, 3, got a little gap. Adam Weaver behind on board. Looking back at Armand Deligny in kart 7, and Dominic D'Angelo right behind him. Pretty even gap. Looks like the gap, on the board here shows 0.06 of a second back to Marshall. So Marshall has caught up to the back of Dominic. That would be the only move I see coming in the future if Dom is trying to hold off Marshall. 25.236 from Adam, so he has found the boost button as well, trying to create a little gap because Marshall is starting to eat up the gap to Dominic.
Yeah, you might as well use them because if you don't have to battle with somebody, you might as well chew them up before you got a pit stop. We'll switch on board a little bit further back in the field here. You got Trent, who's in the 12th position, but he was passed by Dave earlier, but he has not let him escape to the clutches. And then another, is that Marshall's 25.221? That's another fast lap. Just trying to chew up the batteries to see what's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, if he's running that fast, what is the gap currently now to Marshall to Dominic?
Here's that same battle from the overhead shot. A little bit of bumpiness back there in the turn number 5. You got to settle the cart and then carry that speed through the carousel.
Ooh.
And who are you watching?
On board with Tyler. We've got a huge battle here. Marshall trying to get by Dominic. That's what I was wondering, because Tyler's going to come into play here as Dominic splits off.
No, that was
Armand splits off.
That split off, yeah. So could be a potential strategy here. I bet Marshall was boosting through all these laps because he wants to get to the front.
Yep. Yeah, and Marshall needs to at this point. Otherwise, Adam keeps working that gap away. As these drivers fight amongst each other, Adam opens up a further gap on the field. So Marshall's going to do everything he can to get around Dominic as soon as he can. Looking on the inside here, uses his boost.
These two are kind of proteges. Dom is kind of the understudy to Marshall Miller, if I could so say that. Kind of coming onto the scene with similar driving styles, settling into their own routines here recently, and pretty much picking up pace about the same.
This is one of those situations.
Marshall's going to look on the inside. That's going to just say, Dom, I'll just dive off instead of coming back in.
Yeah, so Tyler versus Marshall here.
So that's going to really open up the doors for Marshall Miller to see what he can do to pull up the gap. Tyler Stevenson obviously doesn't want him to pull away too far. He doesn't want to lose those leaders.
And Joey Valentine creeping into the picture right behind Tyler. So these three are going to try to figure out where they fit into the standings here. Marshall currently in second. Doesn't mean much when the first, Dominic, Armand, which were 2 and 3 positions, pitted early.
And keep in mind that the blue man, Tyler Stevenson, he pulled off a win here in round 3. This was just back in October. So they are all of championship level. And Joey Valentine sitting back there watching the action in his red helmet. Quite a significant gap between them and now Alex Eckelberry, who just went across the line. He's got Giovanni behind him. So that Giovanni actually made a pass up on Gavin. So Giovanni moving up another spot. If we pan back a little bit, let me see where Anthony resides in relation to Gavin. Oh, never mind, guess Gavin's going to dive out.
Tyler Stevenson, 25-1.
Will we see a 24 today?
Giovanni diving on the inside of 1.
On the pass of Alex Eckelberry, he's going to have the preferred line into 2, and he's going to pull it off.
Yeah, so if Tyler's running that fast of laps, he's going to be running right with Marshall, and that's going to be good news for him because those two need to catch up to Adam, which they've broken down a 3-second advantage Adam had to a second in 1.3 seconds, so they're catching up to him.
Giovanni crossing the line with a couple car lengths on Alex right now. So maybe not the greatest qualifier for Giovanni, but he's showing he's got the pace in the race. We'll check up on which one you want to go to. Joey?
Yep.
All
yeah,
right.
Good view just in front of him with him running with Tyler and Marshall. And you can see Adam once in a while as they go through these turns and a turn ahead of him. They're whittling this gap down little by little. Adam, not easy to catch, running a 25.2 on that last lap, which is just really fast. Would say one of the fastest laps of the race, but that's at a 25.1.
We'll jump up one car to join Tyler on board looking at the back of Marshall. Marshall made that pass with the boost, but now they're pretty much settled into the pace, it looks like, because they've not changed a lot in the gap.
Yeah, they are holding really steady as I watch the gaps on the scoreboard, which is also a wonderful feature to have in these endurance races.
Yeah.
Adam is holding them off. As he dives into the pits, Adam in the pits.
Wow, before the halfway mark.
Wow.
Interesting strategy.
I thought he would have tried to build up as much gap as he could.
We'll follow him since he's the leader, and we're going to make sure his pit stop goes well. We don't want to lose track of him. Timer starts when the cart stops. You are not allowed to leave the pits until the expiration of time. What
It
were you
is
gonna say?
really nice having that amount of time. You have 20 seconds in the pits to just get from one cart to the other, get situated. We saw Adam just move the steering wheel a little bit, just get everything kind of set to where you want it as a driver, and then go.
Shuts the visor and goes back to the office. We'll see how his blend line comes in here. He's going to be behind Giovanni. Him and Giovanni fighting it out for the championship battle points. Now, this is not going to be the for position on track, but it's interesting that he landed himself right in between those cars. Alex Eckelberry be sitting right behind. Is that Gavin Patterson on the outside, turn one there? Was he still battling? Oh, he's okay. It's Giovanni working his way through there.
A little bit of lap traffic.
All right, so let's follow on board with Adam, who's the current, or he was the leader before the pits. We're watching the lap times of Marshall Miller to see how he does. Because if Marshall wants to try to move his way to the front, he's got to cut down on the gap between him and Adam.
Yeah, because Adam made it out ahead of Armand, theoretically in second. So still in a comfortable position there. Has a 2-second gap on Armand. Marshall's really got to open up that gap with Tyler and Joseph to have a chance at that.
And he's really got to hope that the cars in front don't hold him up. I mean, they're not obligated to move over because this is just a pit stop strategy thing. It's not, I know we say lap traffic, but it's not blue flag traffic.
Right, yep. It's up to the driver.
So Adam's got to be very careful about his move here on the number 18.
Adam hanging one hand out. It does. I mean, if you're not used to it, though, it is rough on your hands if you're not used to it.
Do you think he was saying that, though, or he was just kind of taken back by Trent?
I don't know, lifting the visor up a little bit. He might be a little warm. He looks a little tired.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Or he does have a dark black
Yeah.
tinted visor. Look at him. He's like, I can't see anything.
He's yelling, go!
Oh, he's yelling, go.
Yeah, it's for Trent. Yeah, he's saying, get out of my way. Trent moved over a little bit for him.
I like making it up in my head. He can't see anything, so he's lifting his visor up on the straight.
Well, I was the one who always talked about that for the outside track.
Ponce says, hopefully Adam has it in the bag. Someone just dove off into the pits there, but that's Armand Deligny.
Yeah, check the gap between Adam and Armand with 4 seconds, almost dead. Armand, one of the guys who ducked off early.
They're about a turn behind each other. There's Adam going into 4. Armand goes into 3. So, yeah, they're about a turn behind each other. Running similar lap times, too, 26.6 and a 25.7.
Yeah, so the only guy who's going to factor in between your positions 8, 9 are going to be Marshall. He's currently leading. As you look at Joey Valentine and Alex Eckelberry back there on their pit stops, we'll throw up their timers so you have reference. Alex is going to be able to leave a little bit early here. He should be pit stop number 1, and he should be good to launch. And then Joey in the number 27. Yeah, Squiggly says, lap traffic definitely will slow you down. He's experienced that in the B main for sure. And let's see how Joey merges here. Oh, he's going to be cut right behind Armand.
Oof.
That is for position, but is that Anthony right there? In the number 21? Yes, it is. Anthony, who is not pit stopped yet, not pitted.
We're making words up.
But this is, I know, every different variation of the word pitting. This is exactly what Joey Valentine wanted to do because this is going to allow him to stay in close contention with Armand in the orange shirt. But Marshall Miller is the one guy that's going to factor into this, so we're watching the gaps.
Ooh, Tyler just took a pit.
All right, Tyler. That's the car he vacated, so we'll switch over here.
And where does he come out? Let's see. I'm cheating. Onboard Adams in turn 4, 5. So.
There goes Gavin.
Oh, this is going to be close.
All right, let's follow him very closely here, Drew.
Where does he go?
Bump to the left, Drew.
There's Adam.
There we
right
go.
behind Adam.
Wow.
Holy smokes. So
is that the gap he was able to pull off?
Yeah, he just bested Armand out of that. So
wow. So
that's cool.
Mad props to Tyler for pushing up in the field.
That's what I thought Armand and them were going to do.
That
but
pit stop looked very clean and straightforward.
Yeah.
No discrepancies that I saw.
So slots him right behind Adam Weaver with their pit stops. So the only people not to pit are Marshall, Anthony, and Dave.
Just calm, cool, and collected.
You know, from up here, it looks like that, right? I wonder if in the cart they're freaking out.
I would be.
Visor,
I'd be so nervous I was up there in the pole sitter.
Tyler, wave your hand if you're freaking out right now. He's probably not listening to us, but...
Yeah, if it was David, he'd be waving to us. Joey Valentine back here, right behind Armand. Hey, Drew, pick up Marshall.
18's lap traffic for Armand, too, so he's got to get around him.
This is not boding well for him.
No. He's got to find a way around him as fast as he can, because otherwise Tyler's going to check out there.
Looks like somebody else diving into the pits there.
Is that Dave or Anthony?
I think Dave is on track, so this should be Anthony. Yep, that's Anthony.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hang on one second. Let me boost you.
Yeah, Tyler did wave his hand when we were following him closer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he is listening.
That's wild. So he is freaking out.
So David has trained him well.
Love it. All right, so let's catch back up. Where are we at? Marshall Miller in first as...
Dave Patterson hasn't pitted.
There's Marshall.
And Anthony's in the pits now. So
yeah,
this is where what we're watching, the number 13 of Marshall Miller. Current points leader, started in 6th position. He's just trying to put as much room on the field as he can, and he's in the perfect position to do it right now. Not a lot of traffic in front, or at least a good gap, and no pressure from behind.
Yeah, so he's able to just do what he does best, which is run fast laps. He's running it at 25.6. Obviously, not a boost lap if I was to guess, because I saw him down in the low 25s, but just out there turning and burning laps as much as he can.
We'll ride on board a second for Joey.
And, yeah, it's...
Because he has closed the gap to Armand, probably because... Is that 36 in front?
Yeah, 36. So that's...
36 not on track. It must be something... Oh, so this is
35.
This is Anthony now because of the pit stop.
Oh, I see.
We had Gavin. I'm sorry.
So he's got one more
David.
cart to get around again.
Yeah, I know. So as soon as Gavin peeled off, he's got Anthony to deal with.
And he needs to deal with that because he's got to get there. Look, he's
Yep.
there. He
There
goes.
he goes. Anthony's
going
to let off. Be careful, Anthony. Don't let Dom by.
Oh, no, he did. That's why we don't make you blue flag. You take it when you want to.
That's right. Stay with them, Drew. This is This is the lead.
So now we've got Armand Deligny followed close by Joey Valentine, and then Dominic D'Angelo, Santa D'Angelo, right behind.
It flows well. Santa
does.
D'Angelo. He was the monster D'Angelo. Go back a few episodes.
Yeah. And they're just trying to eat track space up to get to Tyler because Adam is significantly further ahead than that. They're just hoping to get Tyler because wherever Marshall comes out, this is for third place.
Yeah. So we're really keeping an eye on when these last two are going to pit. Or no.
No, just
one.
Marshall.
Just Marshall. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. So depending upon how Marshall sorts out, potentially you have Adam, Tyler, and Armand 1, 2, 3 right now.
Can we hit an overhead? Where is Marshall on track? Sometimes we're pretty good at guessing this if we can see where they're at on track versus where the proposed leader's at. There's
now,
Marshall.
Yeah, now he's got Anthony in front of him.
So Marshall crosses the line, blue flag, moves over. So he's in turn 2. And where's Adam? Oh, Adam's ahead of... Yeah, they're directly ahead of him. Oh, so Marshall's catching up to the back of him. That's a pretty good gap.
Yes, he has... At this point, if he pitted, he should come out in front of him.
He should come out in front of him. When
because,
you're better than 3/4 of a lap, you're pretty spot on to stay ahead of that.
You can see the determination in his face tonight.
Yeah. He does not want to lose this one.
He's lost or not won the last 2 rounds. I can't say he lost them, but he's not done as well in the last 2 rounds. And this qualifying probably kicked him in the butt, telling him to focus in on this race here. And this is definitely what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and as that group right ahead of him was dealing with lap traffic, that opened up the door for him a little bit as we sort, and Armand loses a position.
Dave's going to help him out a little bit there, not hold him up.
To Joey Valentine.
And we'll check on board with Adam real quick just to see where he is in the field. But
no man's land.
Yeah.
He's got 5-second gap to the next person.
But he's really got to rack off these laps. I mean, 25.6 is not good for Marshall, who's running 25.5.
No. I think we've got a replay of it. Let's fire up the replay here.
Ready?
Let's go. So he's into lap traffic here, holds him up. Joey goes inside. Oh!
Nice move, Joey.
Nice move. And I've said that 1,000 times about lap traffic. You got to be careful with that. So now he's got Dominic D'Angelo right behind him and Marshall Miller right behind Dominic.
Yeah. I'd have to think this is the time for Marshall to pit. I mean...
05 Green D-Max, you're right. It is killer on your hands. Knees and back, not so bad. But, yeah, when you're not used to it, it's rough. So Armand going for the, block pass because he got passed, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out Marshall's strategy at this point. I would not be battling with these guys.
No, but he's so far ahead, I don't think he really cares because he knows these are the guys...
I mean, with less... There he goes. Okay. All right, 5 minutes to go. Marshall Miller in the pits. We're assuming that if the gap remains as it is, he might come out as the leader of this race.
I think he's going to. Can we go with a wider shot just to keep him in it, but also see where everyone's at on track? Here's Adam coming up to the line, coming out of the carousel.
Yeah, but he's got to make one more complete lap.
Yeah. So 12 seconds to go. There's Tyler.
Now he has the longest trip on the pit lane.
Yep.
So we'll watch Adam back here. He just went through turn 4. He's rounding turn 5. All right, Marshall is at pit lane speed. Nope, that's definitely going to put him in front of Adam. He looks over his shoulder. Where's the blend line? Where is the blend line? Oh, there it is. Adam maintains the position.
Way. But
It is
Marshall's
now-
got 15 boosts.
Yeah, it is neck and neck for first and second now. I did not think that
78.
Adam?
Oh, it was cold tires into the wall.
not the time you want to try to be boosting.
No.
I mean, granted, he has moved up
He's
fourth.
Well, yeah, because he started fourth or fifth?
Sixth.
Sixth.
Yeah, he's moved up 4 spots, but I thought for sure that gap was going to bring him out in the lead, and there's Adam.
So a little bit less than 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And Marshall's got
It certainly looked to me like he was overdriving a cold cart. Is that what you saw?
straight into the wall. Yeah.
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 He was so used to having that warm cart with 50 laps on it that this one's just going to be ice cold, no grip.
Down to the wire is right.
Tyler Stevenson, several car lengths back in third position. But then we got Joey and then Armand, who's dropped back a little bit.
You
as
can
we've
tell
recalled those.
Marshall is turning it up, though, because he's just visually, the gap has closed.
Yep. He'll get this cart warmed up. He'll get it focused in. And he'll see if he can hunt him down for first.
So where are we at with the rest of it? So we've got Adam and Marshall. As Marshall works the gap down to Adam. Then we've got Tyler Stevenson, Joey Valentine, and Armand Deligny.
Check the gap there. So Alex Eckelberry's back there.
There's Tyler
There's
and Joey. Adam Weaver running a 25.18, fastest lap of the race. So he's
you
running
go.
as fast as he can away from Marshall as we have a stop on the field for
Oh, no.
something.
No. All right, guys.
What happened? What happened? Instant replay. What happened?
What is going on?
Don't know. Tyler Stevenson has an issue with the cart, looks like. Tyler Stevenson gives the thumbs up, so that's good. Owen's walking over towards turn 4 here. Let's see. Whose cart is
somebody
that?
calling a mechanical?
All right, we got to figure out what's going on here. Because
I think his foot pedals are coming back. He's giving us signals.
foot pedals might have been slipping, we hear. So we just got to know what we got to do with the time of the race, though, because time is still running. And they're going to, I've heard over the radio, they're going to have to swap a cart out. So we may have overtime here.
That was Tyler?
No, it's, I don't know who that is in the back there. What cart number is that?
That's Dave.
Dave Patterson. So as we come up to under a minute left on the clock. Oh, his cart died. Oh. All right. Always something exciting. Owen yelling feet off the pedals as they try to get this race going before the expiration of time.
Guys, I have the race paused until you get all those cars off track because we need the scoring to finish correctly.
Here we go. Okay, so he's got a spot back because his cart died right there in front of the other guy. So we are...
So I know Tyler was mentioning something, but they're not going to swap his cart, so... All right, so they're going to give Gavin his position back, or Dave his position back just to...
Yes. The restart will be critical. You're right, Ponce. And we're off. So, Marshall Miller chasing down Adam Weaver, who just turned down the fastest lap of the race.
Yep, this will be the battle we're watching for in the last 30 seconds. So we're going to have a couple laps on the board to go. 61 so far. This should be... Yes, so 20 seconds this time by, so that will be one more lap. They should get white flag next time by, because time should expire before they get around to the checkered, or to the start-finish.
Is that enough time? Marshall driving the wheels off the cart, trying to catch up to Adam Weaver. Everybody else still same positions down to Tyler, Joseph, Armand, and Dominic, top 6. White flag is not out yet. Looks like they'll get one more lap.
Which?
So 2 more laps.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I
Owen's
guess
the flag man.
We're
going off of that.
Let's go with that.
We're going off of that. Marshall closing up the gap still to Adam as they get maybe white flag. White flag is flying.
There
Here
we
we
go.
Okay, so this is the last lap.
Big gap between Marshall and Joey Valentine. There's Joey going across the timeline right now. So these two have really checked out on the field tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they're 25-5, 25-6. They are neck and neck. Couple more laps and Marshall would have been there, but I don't think so. Adam going to take first place.
Adam Weaver rounds and takes the checkered flag for round number 5 in the Endurance Championship Series. Another winner on the season. As we drive with him on his victory lap, we'll see everybody else come across the timing line and make the race official.
Yeah, no other changes to the positions either. So Armand was not able to get that position back from Tyler or Joseph.
And Adam just going around one more time just for good measure. Just to make sure. Well, I tell you what, tremendous progress from Marshall Miller, who really buckled down on the lap times there.
Debatable. I mean, a couple more laps, he would have been right there, but
Yeah, he was focused in, so yeah, Adam's saying he didn't throw the checkered flag, so he wanted to make sure that
just
don't
making
leave
sure.
any doubt.
No.
Exactly.
Great race.
Dominating qualifying performance tonight, and he dominated the race as well, so that will bump him up in points for sure.
You can tell Marshall totally thought he had enough gap on the field, too, where he was comfortable until he saw Adam coming down that start-finish straight as he was exiting the pits. That was when he knew Adam was going to have that. And then it was just an all-out race to try to catch him. And he almost did.
Where's Tyler finishing? 4th. Okay, and then 5th is Armand. Where'd Dom finish? I'm just trying to get your top 5 points here.
Mm-hmm.
Dom is 6th.
Yep.
And then who else we got? Giovanni. 7th.
7th.
Oh, where did he start? That's a good finish for him.
It is.
He started 10th.
Wow.
He might be the biggest mover. We'll find out.
And then Gavin Patterson in 8th.
Well, he moved up 3 spots. Okay, so maybe we'll have to see where he sorts out for biggest mover. So, Gavin, who's?
Gavin Patterson's in 8th.
8th. Good finish for him. And so this is without bonus points, just preliminarily, unofficial. Looks like that will move. Marshall will maintain first, and Joey and Tyler, you can go and talk to Adam there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that could put Adam in 5th.
Adam, you bumped up to 5th overall. Good race.
I don't even know what I was in.
Let me tell you, hang on.
You're far from my helmet.
Endurance, leaderboard.
Fifth.
Don't forget I got fastest lap too.
That's right.
Yeah, I said
that 25-1. So boosted lap 25-1 for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saved a bunch of boosts till I knew Marshall was gonna pit.
Did you?
So
I was wondering that.
Fresh on boost, and I was pretty much fresh on boost too.
Did you figure that he had enough of a gap going into that pit stop that you were going to be pretty much second place? Were you surprised by that when you were coming down the start-finish straight and you saw him still in the pits?
Yeah, I think it was like 17 seconds I saw, and yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna come out in front of me.
We thought
And then
for sure.
I boosted like 3 times when I probably shouldn't have boosted, but I was just
Yeah.
like, I gotta go fast. So
Well, when you watch it back, you'll hear me say that it looked like Marshall was going to be able to take the lead when he pulled out of the pits, but no, you came across the start-finish line just barreling down, and then he made a couple of mistakes with the cold cart, so
Yeah.
that cost him.
yeah, I don't know why you waited so long, but
A couple more laps and it would have been neck and
Yeah,
neck at the
'cause, yeah.
finish.
But I know he got bunched up behind like Dom and them, so
Yeah. Good race. Good qualifying. Great race.
thank you.
It looks like. Did we say you were in fifth? 4 or 5? Okay, so yeah, you're still in fifth, but you're only 4 points away from Dom.
That's fine.
And if you take away your lowest points of the season, you're in sixth so far. But so, all right.
Yep.
Anything
Thank you.
else?
Nope, I'm gonna pass you off to Marshall.
All right.
Second place. There you go, buddy.
He's taller than you. It's not that hard to keep him still in.
He's talking about the pedals.
I've won races with my pedals moving.
All right, Marshall, we understand.
Sorry.
We understand. We watched it as well. So, hey, so you moved up from sixth to second. I know you were zoning in on that first. What was it like with the cold car after you exit the pits?
It was interesting. I knew I was going to not keep up with him, but I didn't think I would slide out that bad. Well, I don't know what happened. I think I messed up because I'm coming through. I think I slid out of 1 a little bit, and then I know I slid wide in 2, and then my lap coming back was iffy too. But I don't like looking at the camera, Drew. But
We
can
have
tell
to be
you're
able to
moving.
see you.
Yeah.
So.
It was iffy. It was iffy, but I did my best on it.
Was that your zone focus there? Was it just try to close that gap, wait for everybody to pit, and then pit?
Well, I wanted cart 10, but Gio grabbed it, and then I wanted cart 35, and then I was late on that as well. So I was like, I'm going to stay out. I wanted to stay out around 5 minutes as well because it allowed me to use all my boost.
Yeah.
Like throughout the rest of the race. And but it didn't. I ran out of boost. I don't know how I used 15 boost. I think I don't know. I don't think I used 15 boost, but
Well, based on what you're saying, then it's official. We have to renumber the cars.
as in,
So you don't know which car you're getting.
I mean, not really. So people will figure
You
it
said
out
you were waiting
again.
for a car, so
Well, yeah.
you want a 10 or
'cause
35.
I like the handling on them. Like
Yeah.
32 was out there as well. I was gonna grab it, but someone grabbed it. Handling wise, I know what carts handle good
All right.
for my liking. But yeah, I think if I stayed out 3 more laps in my first cart, maybe I could have closed like a little bit of gap to put me in front of Adam, but it still would have been a fight of defending if I got in front of him, which would have been interesting, but I'm happy with the result I have, so
Yeah, it was amazing to watch you move up from the field, so congratulations.
thank you, James.
What about Joey? Does he want to talk to us?
I don't know.
We got to
Joey?
find out if he ate his Reese's today.
Is that his lucky thing?
Yeah.
I don't think Joey ate any Reese's. What?
No?
Yeah, just put it right there. What? He started in 9th position, right?
7th.
7th and
Yep.
moved up into 3rd.
3rd, yep.
Correct. What's
So
up, winner?
4 spots, potentially. It's unofficial.
Biggest mover.
He did move a lot of spots,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Adam got the fastest lap, correct?
Yes. By .04.
Of Tyler,
No, you.
me.
Yep. Well, no, you're right. .003 to Tyler.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought. I thought
wasn't
I only
sorted
had a
right.
2, and then Tyler had a 1, and Adam had a 1.
And then
But-
Dom's was .088, so you guys were all close on fastest lap.
Well, I'm gonna hand it off to Joey. Thanks for
All right.
talking with me, guys.
You too, thanks.
Bye bye.
Whoa, this is
Joey, we have it. Yeah, it's a new microphone. Do you like it?
it's heavy. It hurts my wrist. My wrist hurt right now. Moving 5 positions up, did a little bit of too
Con-
much work. I
con-
thought I was just gonna
congrat-
relax with Armand today.
Congratulations on moving up. How was your race?
It was awesome, man. That was probably the most crazy. That was probably the craziest race I've had, especially because at the ending that was really fun with Tyler.
We enjoyed watching it. It was great action from up here.
Absolutely.
So hopefully you get to watch it back and enjoy it. But did you eat your Reese's before the race today?
Is that a question?
I think your performance showed. So
Matter of fact, I had 3 before I even got here too.
there you
so
go. 1 for each position. Oh, you move more than 3, so
5.
5.
I think I'll get the bonus for that.
Potentially. I haven't run all the numbers, but there's not a lot of people who move 5 spots. So
No. I don't think so. I think it was Geo move 3. I think that's what they were saying. So I think I had the most. So we're doing like the bonus point for like the most position.
For biggest mover, yep.
And then
for pole. Sorry, for fastest lap. Sorry.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I was
exhausting. I couldn't articulate it either, so.
Yeah, your pass on Armand was crazy when he got into lap traffic and you were able to squeeze on the inside of the carousel.
All I could say is thank you, David Pods.
He was watching.
And I know he's watching.
Yeah, he was rooting for you.
I feel as if that's probably the only cleanest pass in my opinion, because anywhere else, or coming down the backstretch like how me and Tyler went at it, like doing that, I feel like that part of the track is like the only clean part to really do it without being so aggressive with the cart and like slamming into somebody. So
yeah,
sometimes you got to push people out of the way, and that's just how it is.
I'm always careful about how I affirm that statement. So yeah, congratulations. It was good to talk to you. Hopefully, see you next round. Don't forget to sign up for the next one in January. Okay.
I'll get right on it.
All right.
Right now.
Well, that may not be on the website. Just check the front counter. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry.
All right. It's good to talk to you, Joey.
Thank you.
So, round 5.
That'll do it for us. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. We hope everybody has a great Christmas. And you always like to throw in there, follow Competition Karts on Instagram.
We're done. Like, follow, subscribe. Competition Karts, Instagram, Competition Karting here. Thank you so much. This has been a fun Sunday. See you guys.